package. I'm on it. I mean, my friend will be on it.
Steelman Pills, going the extra mile to help men with erectile dysfunction.
800-915-9371. 800-915-9371. 800-915-9371. That's 800-915-9371.
The Lou Information Station presents Arch City Now with Vic Faust.
Happy Monday. Welcome into the show. 6:05 is the time, August 25th. Getting into the late stages of this month as we wind down the month of August. Welcome, St. Louis. Happy Monday. Good morning to all. The sun is not up yet. Is it me, Projo, or is it seem like it's getting later that the sun is coming up?
I think it comes up later.
Yeah, before we go into the daylight saving time, maybe one more time for the final time ever. Who knows where that'll go? That's in October, right? So we still got, 2 months for that? Month and a half? But yeah, it seems dark outside right now. It's going to be a beautiful, how about the weekend of weather throughout the St. Louis area? Boy, oh boy, nobody can complain because it feels great. It has been great. It has just been wonderful. We appreciate you being with us. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing the show as we go Monday through Friday all the time. Let's go here. Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m., bringing you everything that we possibly can throughout St. Louis, the headlines, what you guys want to talk about. And, of course, the shout-outs, you name it, whatever the case may be. It is a Monday. Hope you guys had a good weekend. We're ready to get things going. Projo, any highlights from you from the weekend?
Stayed home and worked, as usual.
Stayed home and worked, as usual.
Keeping to myself.
How's little Darth? How was he today over the weekend?
He's doing good.
He was? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Also, we've got news on sports today. We've got news all across the St. Louis area. A bill, even though voters wanted it, going to be vetoed by the governor this week, paid sick leave. F1 movie, if you haven't seen it, it's been super popular. Massive, massive amounts of money coming in with Missouri's own Brad Pitt. A big upset win for Sluman soccer. Of course, we just started talking about the water or the weather. And then, of course, it's going to be a wonderful week. There's a boil water advisory going on in Eureka right now, if you didn't know. If you want to shout out high school football teams this week.
A lot of boil orders lately.
There have been. A Midwest Living magazine put out some of their best restaurants for St. Louis area. Interesting there. Those St. Louis public school buildings that are no longer being used are up for sale. City thinks they can make some money on that. There's a new St. Louis Chess Club. They've redone that. A treat for St. Louis area educators at certain McDonald's this week. You can go in and get some free things for being a St. Louis educator. At participating stores, we can give you all those. Cardinals finally come back home, limping a little bit. And Projo is going to get his spandex out tonight and go watch David Lee Roth over at the factory.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's tonight. Let me check on that.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it is. David Lee Roth tonight, 7:30.
Did you ever watch that clip I sent you?
I didn't. I'm sorry. That's the bad one, right?
Yeah, you don't know.
I didn't watch it from you, but I watched somebody else sent it.
Okay, yeah.
And I did see it, and I was like, "Oh, not so great."
Poor guy.
No. But it's like, okay, all right. You got to do what you got to do. You know, you got to move around.
Not everybody can do what Ozzy Osbourne did. Go all the way up to the last day.
I guess he did, didn't he? That's a great point.
Yeah.
What a great point. And so we do here. We just talk. We get you going. Up in the mornings. Glad you're with us for Arch City Now. Let us know what you guys got going on in your neck of the woods. What's happening in your lives, your jobs. We always love the shout outs. If you can do that for people, that'd be great. Charities, you name it. We like to cover it, whatever the case may be. I do know that I'm excited about this week when it comes to getting outside because of the weather. We were just talking about it. This has been just unbelievable, the weather. And this week's going to be even better. Even better. This week's going to be even better.
I almost wore a hoodie today.
It's been chillier in the mornings. You can tell that things are starting to change in the morning a little bit.
Yeah.
As we head into September. That doesn't mean the hot days are gone. It just means we're in one of those situations where you see things that are starting to change, that you can see it coming down the path. And you know what? I'm fine with it. Here we go. It's been a nice summer.
I walked outside and almost turned around and went back in and get my hoodie.
But you always like hoodies though anyway, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I would wear them year round if I could. If I didn't sweat. Yeah.
But they are such a comfort. It's like wearing a blanket.
Mm-hmm.
And, who doesn't love a blanket?
Yeah. If it's raining or it's windy, you just pop that hood up, go into sport mode.
A lot of people just like to put the hood on and just like hide.
Yeah.
And hide. Just hide wherever they can. This is Arch City Now. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Appreciate it when you join us, when you let people know about what we're doing, sharing the show. You can watch us on YouTube, on X, and Facebook at Arch City Now. Once again, that's YouTube, X, and Facebook, Arch City Now. Nobody ever does, but we offer it. If you want to call, 855-282-8255. Or if you want to join the show yourself with a little camera, just say, give us an email, archcitynow@gmail.com, and we'll get you up.
The only time people call that number is to win tickets.
Yes, they do. I think we're supposed to get an update on how the concert was. Somebody sent that to me.
Yeah, I reposted it on Facebook.
Oh, you did. You reposted
one of the
it for us.
social media. Yeah.
Okay, that was good. The couple that went to see Styx on Friday night, terrific weather. Seemed like they loved it. So that's good. We're just here to provide joy for anybody and everybody that we possibly can. So jump in on the show and have fun with us. If you want to jump in on the chat line, you do it at the same place, YouTube, Facebook, and X. Once again, that's YouTube, Facebook, and X. We bring it to you till 8 o'clock. By the way, Hot Take Central 2.0 follows us today. When that finishes, today at 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock is our MIZ-ZOU show as well, which I do with Grant Salzman. We've got Missouri Tiger football and basketball announcer Chris Gervino on with us live. Mizzou football starts this Thursday night. So this Thursday night, Mizzou football gets into action. Looking forward to that, rather. Kansas played this last weekend, who Mizzou's second game will be against, and they look really good. They looked very, very, very good. So Missouri needs to take care of business on Thursday, which they will against Central Arkansas. And then they get to host Kansas, which will be a whole lot of fun. And let's see here. I was looking for a couple of these other updates for stories that we have coming up. We also, we have a really fun story that we're going to show too. It's about a kid. I'd like to kind of kickstart the show with this morning, who goes and finds things. He found a ring and he reunited it with the owner at the Costco here in the St. Louis area. And he goes and finds things. And it's really interesting because Projo and I met a woman, Amy, we hadn't heard for a while. She used to do, she would find things. She with her detector, go out and find all kinds of things. Well, this kid likes to go out and find things and look for things. So we will show that story of him doing that right now. So it's one of those fun stories, a feel-good story where people are just trying to do the best. And this is a kid, a 10-year-old kid who's out and about doing whatever he can to make things happen. And so we wanted to play that for you. It works for audio, works better for video, but it does work for audio as well.
You're Kale? Come here. Oh, you don't know how special you are to me.
Some hugs say hello. This one says thank you in a way words never could.
Do one more hug.
You're watching a reunion between two people who've never met.
Right, what could it be?
But they're bound by one extraordinary act of kindness. More on that in a moment, but first, let's go back to where this all started. In the parking lot of a Costco, there's always a sea of shopping carts and hurried lives. But where most people see pavement, one boy sees possibility.
He has been a finder of things since he was old enough to walk.
It's some sort of metal. It's
While
pretty
other
heavy.
kids are looking at their phones,
It's a fly with a fungus.
10-year-old Cal Blank
It's a nut with a face.
likes to look down.
Well, I just have an eye for things that are shiny.
He finds pennies, nickels, quarters, lots of quarters. In Cal's world, the lost becomes found
Somewhere in here.
and the tossed becomes treasure. So when Dad took Cal and his little brother to Costco on a Saturday morning, on the way back to the car, it was just another scavenger hunt.
He's got a color blindness, so he can, greens are yellow to him and blues or something, but he can spot things from a mile away.
And that day, something definitely caught his eye. It was shiny and too heavy to be a quarter.
I was like, well, why is it so heavy? So I just put it in my pocket. My pocket was like, meh, just hanging down.
Later that day, he showed his mom.
And he drops this ring in my hand, and my hand about hits the floor.
In her hand was someone's precious wedding ring, one so special its owners asked us not to show it.
This is a beautiful ring, and someone is missing this terribly.
Which brings us back to that reunion.
Like, legally, what do we have to do?
It turns out the ring had more than sparkle, it had a story.
I had all these emotions. I mean,
The diamond had shined for nearly 50 years of May and Alan Praetzel's marriage, and now it was gone.
it was one of the most awful feelings. We kept saying, it's a thing, it's a ring, but it was more than that.
But heartbreak soon turned to hope. Cal's mom had called Costco and learned that someone had indeed reported a missing ring. So Cal returned it, but not before wrapping it in compassion. It was polished, boxed, and paired with a letter from his heart.
I kind of wanted to keep it because it was pretty and shiny. I hope you relax now that you have your ring back. That is exactly right. I did. Thanks to you.
I know where he parks at Costco, and it's
Sometimes looking down is what lifts everyone else up, especially when you choose to do the right thing.
He is a extremely special kid, and you guys have to be so proud.
One young boy showing that while a diamond is forever, kindness will outshine them all.
Pretty
It
amazing.
just restores your faith in humanity.
Love the story that that was Mike Bush.
Experience the excitement of college
All the way to
football.
Costco on Manchester, out there in Manchester. So, huge store. Has anybody ever found anything like that? Money, a ring? I'm sure we've all found somebody's wallet. I've lost my wallet a few times. It's been returned most of the time. One time, I don't know if anybody found it or not. Credit cards, but rings. That's an interesting one. And it didn't talk about the size, but obviously it must have been big because the mom of the boy's like, whoa.
Well, and then they didn't want it shown. Like
That's what I didn't understand. Why would you not want a ring shown that was found?
Well, I guess if you're going to show your face, you don't want to show how valuable of an item you have. You know what I mean? So it was either not show her face or show the item.
Yeah. The other part of the story is the ring was so big the kid tripped over it.
They did say when he put it in his pocket, his shorts like
went down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like I've got a roll of quarters in my pocket. The ring was that heavy and big.
And it's only a diamond ring.
Good morning to you, Donna. Donna says, good morning. She's like, I have happy tears after that story. Of course, it's always good to see something like that happen. And, it makes that kid feel good. And when you do good things for people, I mean, it makes you feel good. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
It's always told, giving should be about giving and the feeling you have and trying to help, not about what you're going to get in return.
They say the best way to solve your own problems is to help somebody with theirs.
I'm telling you, I believe it. It is. Just try it when you need something. Just try to help other people.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that it's going to guarantee. It seems like it. It just. Well, I had one of those stories once, and not that it was. It was just like one of those things where I've been battling, waiting for a new job, struggling. I couldn't. I was like, what is going on? And a lot if you're a prayerful person, you would understand. So I was praying and like, what can I do? I was like, you know what? I saw a woman just one day, like she needed help. She needed help with her grass. It was really high. She was an older woman. And I'm like, man, I have time. I was like, so I just went over there, even without her permission. She wasn't even home. I cut her grass, and she never even knew. She never knew, never. And I didn't tell her. And for whatever one of the biggest things in my career at that point happened the very next day.
Very cool.
And I was like, God,
Mhm.
I was like, are you there?
That's exactly how it works, though. I mean,
I was like, is this really happening?
Mhm.
Literally the next day.
That's exactly how it works.
Out of nowhere. And I'm like, okay. And it kickstarted an incredible moment in my life from that standpoint. And something that's very difficult where it just didn't add up too. So hopefully everybody's had a chance to do that, or you get out and, experience that and try to help others and just see where you're going from there. But yeah, so that's why I love the story. It's a good way to start a Monday morning. Like, subscribe, share the show. Let people know what we have going on here. If you like what we do, you can jump in on the chat line. We appreciate it when you do that as well. Anything and everything that we can do to promote St. Louis, we're going to, and those stories. And I'm glad that KSTK, NBC did that story about what's happening, how people can turn things around that may be bad and do some good things for them. And we were also surprised. Pro Joe and I we know a woman, Amy, who goes and uses the metal detectors. Is that what they're-
Yeah. She treasure hunts it.
Treasure hunts.
Yeah.
And the stuff you find if you just take some
Mhm.
time with these treasure hunter, it's fascinating.
Yeah. We should have her on the
Absolutely
show
fascinating.
sometime.
Great idea. Let's write that in I'm glad I brought her up from that standpoint.
Yeah.
Amy Carter.
Yep.
We'll get Amy back on the show. And we appreciate it if you guys just let people know what we're doing and how we're trying to get people up every morning. The sun's starting to rise now, and what's going to be another beautiful day, beautiful week all the way around, leading into Labor Day, already Labor Day weekend coming up this next weekend. And we just love to talk with you. How do you get going these mornings? What are you watching? Any highlights from the weekend? The Cardinals, unfortunately, lost yesterday again, 7-2. It means they lost 2 or 3 to Tampa, another losing team, which is unfortunate. It's almost like the season can't end quick enough. They fall to 64-67 on the season. They're back home, though. They're back home. So fans who still want to watch some Cardinals baseball on what will be some beautiful evenings at Busch Stadium, you can do so. They're back to host the Pirates. And usually things seem to get right when they play the Pirates. I don't know, usually. But 2025 has not been such a positive year for our Redbirds. St. Louis City SC soccer team also lost on Saturday. It's like, we need some good things to cheer for. SLU men's soccer, though. SLU men's soccer pulled off a huge top 5 upset win over SMU. So that was a big win for SLU men's soccer. Congrats to the Billikens for getting that victory. I think it was 1-0. That was the final, but they win. I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. And we'll certainly continue to push forward when it comes to that. From the chat line, Donna says, I've had no car for 6 weeks now. My dear friend has been taking me to the stores to get things I need. My friend also asked me what I need and goes to get the items for me. That's kindness. It absolutely is. You can pass that forward. Doing it, number one, it makes you feel good. Number two, you're helping others. And if you're in a position to help others, why not? Why not help others all throughout the St. Louis area? I mean, we got enough crap going on and things that frustrate us and humans being humans. If you have an opportunity to help, do it. Do it. That's wonderful. And I'm sure there's so many stories. We want to focus on them. We want to talk about them. We'd love to promote it. You just have to look for it. Literally, if you get up each day and go, look, I'd like to try to do one real positive, one good thing for one person, something nice, a kind gesture, it's going to come back to you. I promise. I promise it's going to come back to you. It will. Don't do it expecting it, but it will. Number one, do it because it's going to make you feel good. That's why you should do it in the first place. And it will. And that's just another example of what we just saw. with the 10-year-old boy doing what he's doing, which was really cool. I mean, I wonder what else he has found, because there could be some things where people don't want, and that little boy may have he may have it on his hands.
Looked like he found a lot of change.
Yeah, it's a good job, little
Mhm.
Cal, 10-year-old Cal, taking care of business. I wonder if the family, they didn't say, I wonder if the family gave him some sort of
Reward.
yeah,
Yeah.
that they just didn't want to talk about. I bet they did.
They probably did. I mean, but you look
And
at
if
it.
you're in a
he-
position to help people, you might as well.
well, and he got a whole news story done about him. So I mean, like, he did get something done in return.
Yeah, he's just all, and great job with the parents. I always say everything starts at home.
Yeah.
It does. It does. Just being respectful and loving and caring, but also providing discipline at the same point in time.
Well, and they encouraged him to return it instead of keep it and pawn it.
Yeah, exactly.
Some families,
Yeah.
some mothers and fathers probably would. It's just a piece of glass.
What was the old saying? Losers, weepers, finders,
Mhm.
keepers.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's terrible. True, but terrible when it comes to some of the families and people. That is great. Guys, we appreciate you jumping in on the show today. We're here till 8 o'clock. Hot Take Central 2.0 follows us with Cam Jansen and Jim the Cat Hayes. You can watch us on X, Facebook, and YouTube right now. It's Arch City Now. You can also email us at archcitynow@gmail.com, archcitynow@gmail.com. And you can, of course, learn about all the programming that we have coming up, not only on this, but St. Louis Sports Central as well. So many shows on sports and covering the area in Mizzou that's coming up. Just a lot of things. I'll be a part of the Mizzou post-game shows for football games this year. Looking forward to that. Doing that with my friend Chris Pelican and Mizzou Tiger color commentator. We've got all kinds of things that are happening in that arena, so to speak. So we're ready to rock and roll with all of that. We can't wait to bring you everything that's happening with that. By the way, what we'll have is it's Chris Pelican, myself, Howard Richards. We've also got contributors Brendan Schaefer, Grant Salzman, and Kyle Hansen when it comes to the Mizzou programming. So we got that. We'll come back. Other stories going on in the area. Midwest Living ranking the best St. Louis restaurants. Also, I found this is interesting. The local Fox did a story on where'd you go to high school and why that became such a big deal in St. Louis, that question. Thought it was interesting. We'll break that down for you too, plus whatever you guys want. This is Arch City Now. We are your Lou information station, live and on demand at louinfo.com. Projo's here. I'm Vic Faust, back with more right after this.
This hour of content on the Lou Information Station is brought to you by Grandpa Pigeons, Johnny Mac's Sporting Goods, and Becky's Carpet and Tile Superstore.
Hey, see that, kids? That's the St. Louis Arch, the gateway to the West.
The Lou Information Station, where we'll always call it Highway 40 or Highway 40 if you're a boomer.
The St. Louis expression?
Stream our content 24/7 at louinfo.com. The Lou Information Station.
Hey everybody, it's Dr. Eric Naputi. Hope you're having an amazing day today. Listen, let me ask you a question. Are you just so tired of the system that's broken, the supposed healthcare system that is not helping you? Listen, if you haven't learned anything over the last 5 years, you have to learn how to take care of yourself. Self-care is the real healthcare. Stop relying on the broken system. Stop relying on the system that got us in this problem in the first place. Listen, I'm going to tell you, I want you to go right now to trybiolimitless.com/archcitynow. That's trybiolimitless.com/archcitynow. Go check out some game-changing formulas that truly have changed the lives of tens of thousands of people already. We've got a detox formula that has been proven to remove heavy metals and microplastics and destroy parasites in the body. We've got a cell signaling formula that helps improve energy, helps the body burn fat. It helps you actually stop those afternoon crashes, gets you off of all the darn caffeine, and stops you from having to use all those energy drinks that are destroying your health. Check out our Master Microbiotics formula that truly helps change the game for gut health. If you're bloated, if you're distended, if you've got issues with chronic pain and inflammation, that formula can help change your life. Not to mention our Neuro Reboot. Listen, if you can't focus, if you can't function, if your brain is just not where it's supposed to be, the Neuro Reboot peptide formula is amazing for you. And listen, if you're trying to shed some weight or put on some muscle, it's time to get your metabolism to reset. Our cellular reset formula can do that. Go to trybiolimits.com/ArchCity now.
Facility on Maryland Avenue in the Central West End this fall. It includes a chess-inspired restaurant and more space for chess tournaments. The St. Louis Chess Club was founded in 2007. DNA evidence led to the identification of a Korean War veteran. The remains of Marine Private First Class Donald Eichschlag were returned to St. Louis 75 years after his death. They'll be buried Wednesday with full military honors. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather, presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports, anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. Pretty comfortable daytime highs over the next few days. We'll be getting sunshine today. High pressure moving in from the northern plains with that cooler air, and that'll keep us in the upper 70s on today's high. Looks like mid-50s overnight. Under clear skies, we're in the upper 70s and sunny again on Tuesday, back up to about 80 and sunny on Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
St. Louis's new home for the best in sports coverage is STL Sports Central. Find them on YouTube or at stlsportscentral.com. With names like Randy Carricker and Bernie Miklasz leading the way to provide you with the latest news and commentary on all of your favorite St. Louis sports teams, along with great written content and post-game shows after every St. Louis sports team plays. That's STL Sports Central, online or on YouTube.
Join your fellow St. Louis City SC fans at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. All St. Louis area Hot Shots locations are proud to be a part of City on Tap, presented by Michelob Ultra, the official network bringing St. Louis City fans and ice-cold beer together. Catch every exciting moment of the 2025 MLS season at Hot Shots. Since 1990, Hot Shots has championed St. Louis sports, and they're thrilled to keep the tradition alive for St. Louis City SC. Find the Hot Shots near you at hotshotsnet.com.
A legendary weekend is coming to the Lou. Don't miss the Stiefel Charity Classic presented by Compliance Solutions, September 4th through 7th at Norwood Hills Country Club. Watch PGA Tour champions compete and enjoy a live performance by music sensation OAR at Friday's community concert presented by CarShield. Tickets start at just $20. Kids, military, veterans, and first responders get in free. Get your tickets today at StiefelCharityClassic.com.
Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey, welcome back into the show. Happy Monday. It is August 25th. Our time is 6:33 on a beautiful, beautiful weather-wise Monday in St. Louis. August is coming to an end quite rapidly, but the weather is also changing for us, which is really nice. Love it. If you're up and about this morning, you can feel it's a little bit more crisp in the air. We are trying to enjoy all of those things that are going on. We appreciate it when you jump into the show as well. Don, I'm going to give a shout out. I don't want to forget my sons for helping me. It was kind of a Monday where we let off with a story of a 10-year-old kid in the St. Louis area who found, I guess, a big and old and sentimental ring, 50-year-old ring. Somebody had lost it at the Costco on Manchester, and they were able to reunite it with the owner instead of doing something else with it, which was good. A great teaching lesson for that 10-year-old. And it kind of started us off on to, you don't have to brag about yourself. How do you try to help? How has somebody maybe helped you? We just love to share those stories. Donna started off talking about not having a car for 6 weeks and her friend helping her and her family also trying to help her as well. So feel free to share those stories. That's what we do. It's good cheer. Get you going in the morning here on a Monday. We have enough stress and things that happen that upset us and make us sad and all kinds of things throughout the day. So why not take a chance to try and talk positive, have a little bit more of a positive atmosphere from that standpoint. I'm speaking positive, but then I have to give an update on the Cardinals. So I'm sorry. They've lost again 2 or 3 over the weekend to the Tampa Rays. The D-Rays, they're a losing team, but they still beat us 2 or 3 games yesterday. The final was 7-2. Overall record for the Cardinals now, they're 64-67. But they're back home tonight. They play much better at home than they do on the road. That is a fact. I think they're 9 games under 500 on the road, but close to that when they're at home. So more of a positive team at home. And they're playing the Pirates, who they always seem to play very, very well against. So that's some good news there. Over the weekend, though, St. Louis City SC lost on a penalty kick late in the game. 3-2 was the final there. And speaking of soccer, SLU men's soccer pulled off a big upset yesterday. They won 1-0 over top 5 ranked SMU. So congrats to the Billikens. Always putting a good product on the field. One of the nation's top programs. Glad to see them doing well. And of course, that gives us a positive thing to talk about. Coming up this Thursday night, Mizzou football kicks off their season at home against Central Arkansas. The Tigers return a lot of starters, 17 starters. One poll, they were ranked in the top 25. No other polls. They're still picked to finish in the bottom half of the conference, which shocked me, but we'll see. Both quarterbacks that were competing for the starting job will play. By the way, Brady Cook looked good over the weekend again, too. The former Mizzou quarterback, preseason. I think he's going to get on somebody's roster. I do. I don't know if it'll be the Jets who he's playing with, but I think he will get on a roster. And congrats to Brady out of St. Louis, the Chaminade kid, certainly making the most of the opportunities that he has with the New York Jets. And of course, we love to promote that. If there's anything else that you guys want to talk about, where you promote, you let us know what's going on. Jump in on the chat line. We appreciate that. You can do it at luinfo.com is where you can watch more about our show and all the network programming that we have on LuInfo. It's luinfo.com to watch us specifically and stream us every day and get on the chat line. You stream where you can watch us. It's YouTube, X, and Facebook. Once again, it's YouTube, X, and Facebook. Arch City Now is where you find us. And of course, if you ever want to email us archcitynow@gmail.com. Once again, archcitynow@gmail.com. We've got, you know what? It's interesting too. I know Brad Pitt's not from St. Louis, but he's from Missouri. Mizzou guy. Love him. Love to jump on his bandwagon. That new movie, F1, which I saw and I loved. I thought it was phenomenally done. Even my son, who's an F1 fan, said, wow, they did a really good job with that, Dad. And they've got a lot of the real drivers in there too, which gives it more of a real effect. That movie worldwide has already made over $600 million. It hasn't even been out that long. That's international. About 185 million of that, just over that, is in domestic sales. The rest of it is international, but big old chunk of change for Mr. Brad Pitt. So, and it could end up being one of the most successful movies of his career. And it happens a little bit later in life here, over the age of 60. And yes, he looks great in the movie. Looks fantastic. Good for Brad. Must be nice to look that good and have all that success. Congratulations to our former Mizzou Tiger, Brad Pitt. From the chat line, Tony says M-I-Z. I say Z-O-U. By the way, you can listen and watch our Mizzou football show. It's the Mizzou Show every Monday from 10 to 11 o'clock. We cover everything football, myself and Grant Salzman, everything Mizzou. This week, it's a heavy emphasis on the football team, the start of the season, the quarterback situation. We'll be talking with Columbia, Missouri native, Chris Gervino. He's been a part of the broadcast team over 30 years. Over football, basketball, you name it. Jump in. You can watch that show on YouTube, by the way, and you can listen to us on all the same places at luinfo.com. Once again, luinfo.com. Love it when you guys jump in, talk to us, talk with others. The sun's shining now. We love it on what's going to be a beautiful August 25th, Monday. The theme again is, what have you done for other people that made you feel good, or what's been done for you as well? Like to share those positive stories that are happening all throughout the area. By the way, there's a boil water advisory in Eureka that we wanted people to know about today. I think that's supposed to go through Tuesday. So, be prepared for everything that's happening when it comes to that. If you're out in that area, it's like, okay, all right, we have to deal with it. And yes, it does, Projo, seem like there's been a lot of boil water advisories and water main breaks. And
First St.
situations.
Charles, now Eureka.
Yeah, all over the place.
Yeah.
The Muni in Forest Park wrapped up its 107th season already. Last night, they had their final show with Jersey Boys. I mean, just think about what they've been able to do at the Muni. They literally have about 10,000 people that come out every night. I mean, that's big. It really is big. It's one of the iconic things in St. Louis and has been for so long. A big tradition for them, families, lots of summer fun. It was a brutal summer with the heat in the last month. That's for sure. That makes it very difficult. But got to give a shout out to the Muni for everything that they have been able to accomplish, not only this summer but over the years. And they're recognized on a national level. And, they get all kinds of, they get awards. Their amphitheater got Best Regional Theater Tony Award this year. That's huge. That's big. Congrats to the Muni for doing that. It's our nugget, our golden nugget in our backyard. Quote, to be recognized on a national level. It's an award that we receive, but it's on behalf of this entire city coming from their director, Mr. Coleman. Congratulations to the Muni on doing that. Have you ever been out to the Muni, Projo? I've only been out once or twice. I feel like I should have been out there a whole lot more.
If I did, it was a field trip when I was a kid.
There is, I get it.
I don't remember.
There is one concert left at the Muni for the season, and that's going to be featuring, they said, musicians Diana Ross and John Batiste, August 28th at 8 p.m. So that's coming up this week, August 28th. People can find out what's going on over at the Muni. So congrats, 107 years. That is tradition. That's pretty big, especially in the city of St. Louis, to get all of that going out there. We appreciate that. Another shout out to Tara and Mike, Community Heroes. Been doing a TNR program for about 3 years. They've helped so many feral cats be spayed and neutered. Thanks for giving us a shout out for them as well. We always keep the chat line open for people who want to do anything and everything from that standpoint. What's happening throughout St. Louis today? What are people talking about? What was the weekend like? Jumping on the chat line. We like to do that as well. Talk with you, see what you've got going on. I also thought this was an interesting story, guys. Here it is. When it comes to St. Louis and when it comes to the old question, where'd you go to high school? Yeah. If you're from St. Louis, you kind of hate that, don't you? I despise the question now. And I haven't heard as many people saying that in recent years. What about you? Have you heard people talking about that? What high school did you go to?
I haven't had anybody ask me that in a long time.
I almost feel like it used to be that way, and
Yeah.
it's not as much that way anymore. But yet now it's that whole perception is reality.
Yeah.
And people are afraid to say it. I hope we don't need to say it.
Right.
But according to niche.com, the St. Louis metropolitan area, this started way back because you're talking about more than 100 public schools and dozens of private high schools. And this goes back, according to Dan Dillon, back in 2005, he was working at the Missouri History Museum. And he said that it was, there was actually a book that he titled, So Where'd You Go to High School? The Baby Boomer Edition. And it reflected on St. Louis area high school life during the 50s and 60s. This was a story that Fox did. And it kind of gives you an idea of why and where it went back to, but it had to do with Prom Magazine. Prom Magazine was published from 47 to 72, and it focused on different high schools. And it showed what each high school was kind of up to. So it had gossip columns and what was going on. So it almost alludes to the fact that it kind of started from that magazine, where people started to see different areas, different communities. And before you know it, people started to talk about that thing. And then Dillon also pointed to a strong Catholic school presence in the St. Louis area, mid 20th century, by the early 60s, there were around 30 Catholic high schools in the area. And we know there's been a large presence. And a lot of kids in the St. Louis metropolitan area go to Catholic schools. They do. They're massive. I think more per capita, second largest city per capita, second most per capita in the country go to Catholic schools in the St. Louis metropolitan area. So that's kind of where it got its start, so to speak. At least that's what they were saying. And then, of course, this is the easy one. In 2013, a St. Louis community Reddit thread, participants discussed how the question could be telling of one's socioeconomic status just as much as the geography. Of course it is. So those kind of things happen. But I can't remember anybody, I don't know, years that somebody said, okay. And the last time I heard it, somebody said they prefaced it. Okay, I'll go ahead and ask it. Where'd you go to high school? And I'm like, okay, there you go. So I don't know if that moves the needle for anybody. We can talk about that a little bit later as well. Greg, by the way, jumped in on the chat line. Good morning to you. He says, I saw Camelot with Richard Harris at the Muni. I wonder how long ago that was. Oh, and 7 brides for 7 brothers. Those women were sobbing. Sing it, Joe.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I did see the Wizard of Oz somewhere when I was a kid.
There we go.
I don't know if it was at the Muni, but somewhere I saw the Wizard of Oz.
I love it. I like it. I love it. And of course, we love it when you guys jump in. Good Monday morning, August 25th. It's going to be a beautiful day, a positive day. Be happy, be positive. No matter what hits you in life, you're strong enough to make it through. Not everything is always going to be perfect. Not always is everything going to go the way you think. You just have to continue to get better and better. And at the same point in time, as we've said too, own up. You've done something, just own up. Get better. Help people around you. We want to make St. Louis as good as it possibly can be. And don't ask anybody where they went to high school. I'm sorry. That's my soapbox for the day. Do not ask. It's funny too, because in other cities, it's not even a question.
Yeah, I don't see where it really matters, to be honest.
Told people New York, they don't. Detroit, they don't. Bro, it doesn't happen. Greg says, don't fire me, I overslept. It's National Whiskey Sour Day, Banana Split Day. What do you know? It's Kiss and Makeup Day. Secondhand Wardrobe Day. Okay, Greg.
Goodwill Day.
Oh my God, all those things. Whiskey sours. If people are into whiskey sours, Got the Kiss and Makeup Day. There you go. That's positive.
I was into whiskey sours when I was 17 years old.
Yeah, with the Purple Passion. That's still around, by the way.
Yeah.
People in the St. Louis area loving it and talking about it and doing it all the way around. Did I say don't where'd you go to high school anymore?
Yeah.
Do not do it. Don't do it. From the weekend, there were some good shows around too. We were talking about the Styx tickets that we gave away Friday for that Styx concert out at Hollywood Amphitheater. Not sure if this is of interest to you, but it is tonight. Former Van Halen lead man, David Lee Roth, by himself or his band over at the Factory. That kicks off at 7:30.
I'm sure it's going to be entertaining, to say the least.
I wonder if they'll sell out. If there would be a long line of
I hope
people.
so.
I mean, because it's not like you can't have the old Van Halen band.
No.
So you have David Lee Roth. And are guys into David Lee Roth?
I would think so. I mean, I used to love Van Halen, and David Lee Roth was I guess he was my favorite lead singer of Van Halen, although I did like Sammy as well. So, I mean, I don't think that women are going to this show, just saying.
What? I thought it'd be more women than it would be men.
Oh, you didn't
really?
Then you didn't see the clip I saw.
Oh. Oh, really? Okay. Hey, by the way, is X registering on our feed today? I was asked that question.
It's not registering on Restream. However, we are live. I have shared it on X.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
I don't know why. Why did it do that?
I don't know. We're not getting any of the comments in the chat either.
That's different than normal.
Yeah. I guess every once in a while they kind of glitch like that, but it says we're streaming. I've went there and we are streaming.
Okay,
so.
I just want to make sure you can watch us and stream us on X, YouTube, and Facebook. Once again, it's X, YouTube and Facebook. And jump in on the chat line if you want to talk with us or others. I forgot again. One of these, I just haven't seen Buzzballs. Donna says, I ordered Buzzballs online. LOL. No more store runs for a bit. LOL. They even have Buzzballs merchandise. Well, I guess it makes sense. No, I have not had a Buzzball. But we'll see. Greg jumps in and says, used to be women screaming. Now, according to reports, his singing is so bad. It's like now dogs howling. Well, I'm sure those reports have gotten out there. That's why I'm curious to see what kind of crowd would even go to a David Lee Roth concert.
The same kind of crowd that goes to a Corey Feldman concert.
There is no crowd.
Well, it's a small crowd.
Really? I didn't even think there would be a crowd, my friend.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I would go. I mean, I would go and support if I could.
Well, David Lee Roth will be there at the factory tonight, 7:30. That's funny to me. It just brings back so many, a lot of people like to go back to memories. And I just like, what songs would he play? Would it be Van Halen? Would it be a mix of everything?
I know that the clip I saw, he was playing Jump.
Oh yeah, he has to, but
or
it
a
did,
different version
but it
of
did,
it.
But it didn't sound like the old Jump.
No, unfortunately.
We got it. This is Art City Now. That's Pro Joe. You hear him sometimes, you see him sometimes. I'm Vic Faust. Appreciate you guys being with us. It is Monday. It is August 25th, the final week of August, leading into Labor Day weekend. The weather throughout the state is going to be fantastic this week, or at least it looks to be that way this week through the weekend. Can't wait for that. It's a Monday. I'm just a gigolo. There you go, Greg. I agree. That is another good song. It seems like that would be an easy one to play.
California Girls.
Easy one to sing. Another one that should be easy to sing, where he doesn't have to scream.
And then Just Like Paradise.
Yeah, of course. I agree. Just Like Paradise. If you are a St. Louis area teacher, something good's happening for you. It's small. It's still positive. You can go to McDonald's, participating McDonald's, and get a free drink or sandwich. Now, here's what's going on. I thought this was pretty interesting. I'm like, oh, okay. So today through the 29th, what's that? This Friday, 6, 7, 20, 29, through Friday, school leaders and teachers can get a free large iced coffee, soft drink, or free breakfast sandwich at certain stores. Now, why are you laughing?
This is McDonald's, right?
Yeah, why?
Giving away free food?
Yeah.
To educators?
Yeah. What am I missing?
Nothing. It just eats away the blood-brain barrier. Let's just make everybody dumb.
Okay. They said that they would be able to get one of those 2 free items with $1 minimum purchase by showing a valid school ID or name badge. So, they're throwing it out there now.
Well, and they did just lower their prices recently too. They're really trying to get people back in there because they're losing a lot of popularity.
I guess so. I get it. I mean, these stores, you'd have to look, you can look it up. I saw this story on KSDK, but Arnold, O'Fallon, St. Charles, that was Harvester Square. There's Sullivan, St. Clair, St. Louis, St. Peters, Burns Mills, St. Peters, Arnold, St. Peters, O'Fallon, St. Peters, Hillsborough, Fenton, DeSoto, High Ridge, St. Louis, and O'Fallon. And then you've also got the locations in St. Louis City, which are St. Louis City on Kings Highway, Webster Groves 1, St. Louis at Hampton Avenue, St. Louis Bayless, Shrewsbury, Watson Road, and St. Louis Jefferson. So there you go. A lot of locations for the St. Louis teachers getting back to school. It's a good marketing ploy. How many people actually, how many people actually use it? I don't know. You have to play your cards right. Yeah, get me a small drink. I don't even know how much a small drink is there. It's got to be $1, right?
At least.
And then you get a free breakfast sandwich. Or if you want a coffee, you buy, I don't know, what else do you have, like apple pie or something? I don't even know. Apples, apple slices. They do give you some options, though. So have at it. School's back in session. Anybody have any stories to share from that standpoint? We'll see that. Greg says, just get the coffee. Of course. Lots of options, lots of opinions on what you can do, what's happening throughout St. Louis. We're here, of course, till 8 o'clock today. Hot Take Central 2.0 with the former St. Louis Blue Cam Jansen follows us, along with the St. Louis Cardinals broadcaster, Jim the Cat Hayes. Then you have our show, the one I do with Grant Salzman, every Monday from 10 to 11. It's the MIZ-ZOU show. Once again, it's the MIZ-ZOU show. Appreciate you guys joining us for that. It's All Things Mizzou. Today we'll be talking with Chris Trevino about all things Mizzou. Football, the Tiger season kicks off Thursday night. Really looking forward to that. A lot of expectations for the year. And Mizzou is a St. Louis city. It is. And we just want St. Louisans to be rooting for a sports team. Not a lot of greats happen with the Cardinals, we know. St. Louis City hasn't been good. The Blues aren't in session. At least SLU men's soccer pulled off an upset, but they don't get tons of draw over there. So we don't have a football team or a basketball team. So it's like, okay, what's next? Well, check out MIZ-ZOU, the Mizzou football team as well, and everything that's happening there. We still have a lot to come on the show. We want to talk about the bill. It's interesting. Missouri voters approved a ballot measure to expand paid sick leave benefits, but that's going to be repealed by the governor this week. We'll talk about that and why, and what's happening for that standpoint. There's also St. Louis Public Schools are selling some of their high schools in an event to try to make some money. That's something that they're trying to take care of because they don't want these buildings just to sit vacant and idle and nothing happening with them. We'll get into that. Also, some news on the St. Louis Chess Club hosting their grand reopening after a massive 30,000 square foot expansion. Of course, we are the home to chess that we have. So we'll talk about that. Anything else you guys want to jump in with, you let us know. Promoting anything and everything from the St. Louis metropolitan area. Projo's alongside. I'm Vic Faust. It is Monday. It is August 25th. It is an absolutely gorgeous day outside. If you got any shout outs to give, let us know. We like to do that as well. And remember, any acts of kindness or charity that you've given anybody else, it's all right to pat yourself on the back a little bit today, and or what somebody has done for you, as we try to promote that positive on a Monday morning as we kickstart this week, the final week of August. Projo's alongside. I'm Vic Faust. We are Arch City Now. We are your Lou information station, live and on demand at louinfo.com.
From enjoying life's special moments, at US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managed.
Hey, did you know that almost absolutely every aspect of your health begins in your gut? Did you know that your mood, your immune system, your energy, your sleep quality, your hormones, and even your body's ability to manage and maintain weight is all about your gut and your gut microbiome balance? Did you know that we actually have more bacteria in and on our gut than we do human cells in and on our gut? Our bacteria tells our DNA what to do, and it tells our cells what to do. And did you know that 95% of the global population has a problem with this system? We created a formula called the Master Microbiotics formula that is an absolute game changer. There's nothing like this on the market. We've taken amazing peptides like BPC 157 and added them to the most prominent bacteria that are normally in individuals who live in the blue zones of the world, who live a happier, healthier, and more productive life, as opposed to those of us that live in the industrialized world that you and I live in today. Literally 2 of these pills per day can help change your life and change it forever. But don't take my word for it. Go look at the amazing results that people are getting with the Master Microbiotics formula. If your gut's out of balance, the rest of your body never has a fair shot. Go to trybiolimits.com/ArchCity now.
Credit card companies have special assistance programs designed to help you. Make this 100% free call right now and learn how you could get out of credit card debt. Here's the number.
800-406-6569. 800-406-6569. 800-406-6569. That's 800-406-6569.
Broadcasting live from the J. Randolph Jr. Studios in Kirkwood.
Daddy is out of the cleaning up dump business.
KLIS 590 AM, Wood River, St. Louis.
59. Paid for by Zero Debt.
USA Radio News. I'm John Summers. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth sacked the director of the Defense Intelligence Agency.
Several reports say Lieutenant General Jeffrey Cruz will no longer serve as the director of the Pentagon's main intelligence wing. The Washington Post reports the firing follows a preliminary assessment from the agency in June of the U.S. military strikes against Iran, which prompted strong backlash from the Trump administration after the report assessed Iran's nuclear capabilities had been set back by only a matter of months, in contrast to Hegseth's and President Donald Trump's statements that their capabilities had been obliterated. I'm Scott Carr in Washington.
Florida State Senator Joe Gruters is the new chairman of the Republican National Committee. Gruters was elected unanimously during the GOP summer meeting in Atlanta. He's a longtime supporter of President Trump, having co-chaired his 2016 Florida campaign. Gilmar Abrego Garcia, a Salvadoran illegal alien fighting deportation in court, is set to report to an ICE field office in Baltimore today. His lawyers expect he'll be arrested and sent to Uganda. In a court filing Saturday, Abrego Garcia's lawyers claim the Trump administration offered to deport him to Costa Rica if he pleaded guilty to human smuggling charges. But if he didn't agree to the plea deal, they would deport him to the African nation. The Trump administration has declined to defend a key federal funding program for Hispanic-serving colleges. It steers millions in federal support to institutions with at least 25% Hispanic enrollment. It's challenged in court as an unconstitutional racial quota by Students for Fair Admissions and the state of Tennessee. Federal officials say they won't contest the lawsuit, having determined earlier this year the 25% threshold violates the Fifth Amendment and recent Supreme Court rulings on affirmative action. From America's News Network, USA Radio News.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard joining MediShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. You can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-SHARE-40. 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 855-SHARE-40.
News reports on the Lou Information Station are presented by Brown and Crouppen. Brown and Crouppen.
So what's his handle?
GetBC.com.
You're gonna need lawyers, right? Who needs a vacation? Are you ready for an unforgettable getaway? Start packing your bags because Branson, Missouri, the vacation and entertainment capital of the U.S., is calling your name. For just $99 per person, here's what you get. A full 3-day, 2-night stay in a luxury resort hotel. A delicious full breakfast buffet every morning you're here. And when you call right now, free show tickets worth up to $100. That's right, free show tickets to an award-winning show on us. You don't have to leave the country for an amazing vacation. You can drive or fly to Branson and have an incredible time. Whether you bring in the whole family or just planning a romantic escape, this trip is built for you. We guarantee you'll love Branson. This is not a timeshare. It's just an unbeatable vacation deal for only $99 per person. You book now, you can use your tickets anytime this year. You don't even need to know your travel dates to lock in the special price. Hurry, because this offer won't last long. Call our Branson vacation experts today.
800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. That's 800-497-7198. Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
The Lou Information Station presents Arch City Now with Vic Faust.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Glad you're with us. 7:05 is the time. It is August 25th. Good morning, St. Louis. Let's get it going. Rise and shine. It's a beautiful day as the summer comes to an end. We've got our final week of August, which leads us through Labor Day, which leads us through the weekend. The weather looks fantastic. We love it when you guys jump in on the show. Let us know what's happening in the St. Louis area. What plans do you have? What's going on? Lead the way. Jumping on the chat line. You can do that on at Arch City Now on YouTube and Facebook and X, all of that right there for you. We appreciate it when you jump in. We also love it when you like, subscribe, share the show. You can also learn more about all of the programming that's coming up on our network. That is at luinfo.com. It shows you can learn about our programming. We take you to 8 every day. That's when Hot Take Central 2.0 with the former St. Louis Blue Cam Jansen and St. Louis Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes bring you all kinds of entertainment in the world of sports throughout the St. Louis area, lots of interviews, and of course, the rest of the shows throughout the day. The MIZ-ZOU show is there as well. That's one that I host with Grant Salzman just on Mondays from 10 to 11 o'clock, all things Mizzou. Terrific show today, talking things over with the Missouri Tiger broadcaster, Chris Gervino. Been with the broadcast team over 30 years, knows as much as anybody when it comes to the basketball and the football goings. And Mizzou football kicks off their season Thursday night against Central Arkansas. A beautiful night in store as well. And of course, people looking forward to the season. Kansas, by the way, looked pretty good in their opener of the season. Their next game, they have a bye week before, I think it's a bye week before they play Mizzou. Pretty sure they do. Have to look at that schedule, but that'll be a massive weekend there in Columbia. From the chat line, Donna says, love Mizzou. I'll be following for sure. Greg says Marty Schottenheimer, former Kansas City head coach, passed away as well. I did not see that this morning. Forgive me for that standpoint. Don't know where you saw that come down at. I trust you and I believe you. I just didn't see it come down. But Marty really helped the Chiefs get back to some notoriety. He did. And then they had a couple of years that were trying. Then they scuffling a little bit. Then they had Andy Reid come in. And then, of course, we know the rest is a dynasty for the Kansas City Chiefs. I used to cover Marty Schottenheimer, did some interviews with him back when I did sports. So thanks for the shout out from that standpoint. And Marty Schottenheimer had a terrific career as a head coach. But congrats to the Chiefs and congrats to the career, and thoughts and prayers with Marty's family and friends from that standpoint when it comes to Chief fans everywhere. By the way, people that I know covering the Chiefs say that they're going to be really, really good again this year. We shall see. We shall see when it comes to them. But Andy Reid, in my humble opinion, is still the best or one of the top coaches in the NFL. He really is. And that's why Kansas City's been able to do what they've done for a long period of time, establish success all over the place. Like, subscribe, share the show, keep people in the know about what we're doing at Arch City Now every day. Congrats to the SLU men's soccer team, a top 5 victory, upset win over SMU. That was huge. It was absolutely huge. We've also got something going on tonight. Well, Cardinals lost again yesterday. 7-2 was the final. And their record is now 64-67. They've lost 2 of 3 games in that series. They do come home tonight. That's the positive. So Cardinals back in town tonight. taking on the Pirates, hosting the Pirates. So hopefully they can get back on track. And I bet they will. Some good weather, some home cooking, and the Pirates. Sounds like a winning recipe, right? Let's hope so. It should be. St. Louis City SC did not win over the weekend. They lost again. Kind of up and down all around. Hopefully they can start putting the pieces of the puzzle together there to have some more success next year. Also, when it comes to things that are happening, we love it when you guys jump into our chat line. Donna says, I went to Cracker Barrel yesterday. I didn't eat there, but walked around the store. Okay, that's interesting. My friend asked the employee if their jobs are affected by the whole logo drama. And they said they're having a meeting this week to discuss possible job loss. Uh-oh, here it comes. Stocks are down, customer backlash. They lost a ton of money in the stock market. And now, oh yeah, your jobs are gone. They're lost. And there it goes. 7:10 is the time. Cracker Barrel showing us how not to do things. Did you see more drama come out about that over the weekend at all?
I
The whole
didn't.
Cracker Barrel story. I didn't see any more, but I've seen a lot of memes on the CEO where AI, hi, I'm such and such. I'm the CEO of Cracker Barrel. I can show you how to destroy a business in 5 minutes. What you can do on AI is pretty damn funny. And you know the memes and you see the stuff that's going on.
I saw a bunch of people trying to, much ado about nothing, why is everybody so, why is it such a big deal? I saw a lot of people trying to minimize and downplay it.
Are our words aren't matching up to sound on YouTube and Twitter? I don't know. Testing. Lip.
I'm not seeing any problem here at all.
All right. I got you. We'll see what we can do there to make sure that the best is okay. I got you. We appreciate you guys jumping in. Hey, when we're talking about these things that are going on this week and next week, once again, you can jump in, give your shout outs. Part of the show today was just positive stories. Let's start off a Monday, all positive. All kinds of crap happens throughout the day. It happens in life. I guarantee you're going to deal with these things. It's how you respond to it. I told you the story earlier. Pro Joe talked about it. The 10-year-old kid in the Manchester area at the Costco at Manchester, finding a huge diamond ring just sitting on the ground. And he and his family do the right thing. They give it back. They ask Costco if anybody had reported it. It had been a massive rock in the family for over 50 years. And he made a family's day. They were so worried about that, the family heirloom. And it's just one of those things that is so positive. And it started us out today. And Pro Joe gave us the best word of advice that we have heard in a long time. Pro Joe, it was profound. You said it always seems to be that when you go helping others in areas where you need help, somehow, some way, if you're a Christian and God, like I am, you believe it's God. If you believe in the universe, it's the universe. Whatever the case, it comes back to you.
Yep. The best way to fix your own problems is to help somebody with theirs.
Which led us into the whole situation of just being positive and trying to help others whenever those opportunities come. And just, not getting down about things. Just, attacking every situation, keeping your faith, and owning up to things. If you screw up, like I said, I've screwed up a ton. And if you're responsible for issues and situations, then own it and move forward as best as you can. So that led into us asking you guys, what have people done for you? What have you done for other people? Pat yourself on the back if you want to as well. We love it when you do that. And just let us know or give a shout out to somebody. We're always looking to promote St. Louis and St. Louis people the best that we can as well. So Tony says, while the wife was going through cancer, she lost her hair, which upset her, and her great friend in the music industry reached out and gifted her a $5,000 wig. I'm serious. Without this wig, it made her feel better and it made life easier for me. She's still wearing it. until all of her hair grows back. Thank you, Kay! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. I got chills reading it, Tony. Thank you for sharing that story. And whoever the great friend in the music industry is, blessings to her, 100%. You know, how you treat others is what comes back. We know that. We've talked about it. You brought that up earlier, Pro Joe, and I appreciate you doing that. If you guys have any other stories, feel free to share them with us. Greg says, found an open letter to Cracker Barrel, long, but I can copy it here. That is a long letter. If people want to read a long letter to Cracker Barrel, you can go ahead and read that. I'm not going to have time to get all of that, but we will. Joe, good morning to you. Yes, everybody have a blessed day. That's what we want to do. Get you up and going. Share that positivity here, at least to start the day, because the the curveballs start coming. Donna says a lot of buzz about the National Guard also being sent to the other sanctuary cities like Chicago, New York. We'll see where all of that goes. None in the St. Louis area, as far as I have heard, or at least what I have seen. The other thing that we have going on is the fact that you've got a situation in Missouri where, 9 months, and I'd love to ask you, Pro Joe, because you're an interesting 9 months after Missouri voters approved a ballot measure to extend paid sick leave benefits, the law is going to be repealed Thursday by Governor Kehoe. So voters voted on it. The governor is going to take it back. So what happens is, starting this Thursday, employers in Missouri will no longer be required to offer paid sick leave. The bill repeals several provisions related to paid sick leave through Proposition A, backed by 57.5% of state voters last fall. So it would, the whole situation that took effect on May 1st, it required private employers to provide 1 hour of paid sick leave for every 30 hours worked, and allowed employees to use the accrued leave for qualifying reasons. You can get a ton of sick time.
Yeah.
One sick day literally per week, 1 and like a half or 1 and a quarter.
Yeah, that's a bit excessive.
That is, and then that gets put on employers and local business owners.
So are they just trying to pay people for 1 day a week then? Is that what that, I mean, you're basically just getting a free day at work.
So anyway, yeah, exactly. Workers who average the standard 40-hour work week since May 1st could have earned up to 22 hours of paid sick leave.
4 days per month.
Any unused paid sick time after August 28th won't legally be guaranteed. So people got that since May 1st. That just seems
Cha-ching.
It does seem a little excessive, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But
I mean, great for them.
I'm surprised to hear you saying this.
I mean, great for them.
Because I know you're always about, let's take down the man.
Well, I mean, I within reason. I mean, you know, when you're asking too much from an employer, it goes both ways. It goes both ways.
Oh, great point, my friend. You're right. It does go both ways. David Lee Roth over at the factory tonight. Woohoo! Anybody have a ticket for Pro Joe? Let's get him over to the factory.
I'll take plenty of pictures.
Diamond Dave, Pro Joe, getting over there tonight. I think doors open at 7:30. I think I need to drive by just to see
how many cars. Yeah.
How many cars? Is there actually a line? I had a friend put on a group text, man, we should all go there. It'd be comedy.
Yeah. I think that would probably be the entertainment value of it. Is it's probably going to be mostly comedy. You're not going to go and expect Van Halen. Just trust me on that.
That's funny. Hey, the Beauty of Forest Park wrapped up its 107th season with Jersey Boys, and they were voted best regional amphitheater for what they do. Congrats to the Muni. It's been a long time since I've been to the Muni, but they do such a phenomenal job. The Muni kids, the whole situation there. It's a real positive of St. Louis. So if we get a chance to promote it, we'll still do that. The concert has one left on the schedule for the season. And that's musicians Diana Ross and John Batiste, August 28th, 8 p.m. You can look for more information on tickets at the Muni. Check it out. A lot of people go. I know a lot of people have been to the Muni. It's been so dang hot for the last month or so when it comes to everything that's happening over there. It's just hard to sit there. Hard to sit there. That's for sure. Not so great. I'm curious also when it comes to food, and we've talked about this several times, the best places throughout the St. Louis area, the best food places. Seems like there's always a group or an organization that tries to jump in and do something. Well, Midwest Living magazine recently praised St. Louis for having one of the country's most underrated food scenes. I think we have a pretty good food scene. I do. Projo, you're the culinary expert. Have you spent much time in other cities when you've traveled and done photography and things? And could you compare it to the St. Louis area?
I have never went to other cities with the intention of just trying their restaurants. So I don't think it'd be a fair assessment. However, yeah, I enjoy food in other cities as well, but I know that we do have a good industry here. That's for sure.
They say St. Louis deserves a lot of credit for a mix of classics, family favorites, and cuisine shaped by dozens of cultural influences.
Yeah, it's definitely a melting pot.
See, I was like, I've never seen St. Louis as a melting pot.
Oh, yeah.
Detroit, when I spent 11 and a half years there was no doubt there was a melting pot.
Oh, and Chicago as well.
And Chicago. Yeah. I just never lived there.
Right.
But what they did was, all in all, Midwest Living spotlighted 28 restaurants from fine dining to casual sit-downs. And they did it by St. Louis City and St. Louis County. I'm curious to see what you guys thought about their list. St. Louis City has a lot. So here's who they focused on in St. Louis City. Bailey's Range, Blackthorn Pub and Pizza, Bowwood by Niche, Bridge Tap House and Wine Bar, Charlie Gito's, Clementine's. Glad to see Crown Candy Kitchen on there.
Yeah.
They should be on there just for their damn bacon. And you and I are bacon people.
Mm-hmm.
And the bacon it's absolutely amazing. Fitz's Bottling Company. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
If I'm going to do a sub or anything, Joya's is my favorite by far.
Heard a lot about them.
Gus's Pretzels. Indo in Tower Grove, by the way. Little Fox. Lona's Little Eats over in California Avenue. Molly's in Soulard. Now, I told you guys, what was it, last week? Molly's and McGurk's still powerhouses. It's where the younger kids are going.
Yeah.
Like my son, like the Mizzou, like my Mizzou son's like, that's where he went. That's the first place he went for his 21st birthday. He's like, Dad, that's where everybody goes.
Yeah. If you're an Uber driver, those are the places to sit.
Oh, another good idea. There you go. Sit over there. So I said, well, what about, I mean, are you talking about kids from throughout the St. Louis area? He's like, yeah, it's Molly's and McGurk's. I was like, okay, that not just go to Mizzou, but other schools too. He's like, absolutely. I'm like, okay. And it's been that way for a long time. I'm like, all right, that's how it was for me 30 years ago. Same thing. Gee, surprise, surprise. The more things change, the more they stay the same. So, continuing the list from St. Louis, Nixta on Delmar, Park Avenue, Pavilion over on Shaw, Rooster, on Grand, Salt and Smoke on Clark, Sydney Street Cafe. How about our boy, Steve Ewing? Steve's Hot Dogs over on Grand.
Nice.
Lead singer of The Urge. I said that the other day, and somebody goes, are they still around?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, they're still traveling around, touring in other cities. They don't just do local shows. Like they're still doing their thing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Sweet Art 2, Trattoria Marcella. And then I guess it's Vicia, Forest Park Avenue. Okay, that was St. Louis City. Now, St. Louis County on Midwestern's list. And two of these three get mentioned all the time. Balkan Treat Box over in Webster Groves, that on Big Bend. I have not been there. Nathaniel Reed Bakery. I guess they do a phenomenal job on Manchester Road over in Kirkwood. And then one of my favorites. I haven't been there for a long time. Would love to get back soon. Olive and Oak. Olive and it's fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. So that's the list. If they were on there, Midwest Living, a regional focused magazine on travel, food, lifestyle, and culture. And there you have it when it comes to the St. Louis edition. Donna says, please name best pizza for St. Louis. When I visit, I'll know. I'm not getting into the best pizza here. We've done. What do you mean pie?
I like pie.
Oh, yeah. Is it thick? Isn't that thick pizza?
Yeah. The Kirkwood from pie is the best, in my opinion.
I still can't believe I had, it makes me think, frozen pizza Jack's. I was like, where have you been my whole life? Dude, where have you been, Jack's frozen pizza?
That's what you eat after you smoked a quarter bag or drank a 12-pack and you're ready to go to bed.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, I like it. It's crazy. It's like, give me a $5 Jack's.
Yeah, they are good. That was my go-to.
I know. I'm like, okay, all right. Greg, thank you. No, I didn't, and it's fine. You got it preseason is there, but a big high school football publication. I know you're a proud dad, Vic. Yeah. He was, it's preseason. Postseason's what matters. Preseason, all Metro, throughout St. Louis area, first team football for my son. He is a safety. So he made it on the defensive side of the ball. Yes, he likes to hit people and get interceptions. So thank you, Greg. I appreciate that. It's kind of you. I had posted that earlier this week from that standpoint. When you guys jump in on the chat line, we love it when you talk with us and others. We love it when you give a shout out for your area, your town. That's what this was all about. And it can be the same way when it comes to football. High school football begins this week. High school football is big in the St. Louis area. Even though we don't have an NFL team, so many schools get all hyped up for high school football. And when it comes to high school football, there are, and per capita, St. Louis is one of the top rated places in the country when it comes to kids that make the NFL. For the amount of people who are here as well. So lots of kids making the NFL as well from the St. Louis metropolitan area. Good morning to you, Ben. We appreciate you jumping in the chat line this morning. I appreciate you, my friend. Very, very much do. Thank you for all of your support. Greg says, the old square pizza from school. There is no comparison. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it was, what additives, what drugs, whatever they were putting in that pizza. We all looked forward to pizza day.
I don't think it was frozen. I think they actually made it that way. I think that's what made it good. Like they actually made the dough. It
had to be frozen
because they were big sheets. Maybe it was frozen. I don't know, but I know that there's recipes for it online now.
I don't know. Man, we got to take a break.
You can make it at home.
Show's flying by again today. We appreciate you guys being with us. Pro Joe, I'm Vic Faust. We are your Lou information station. We're live and on demand at louinfo.com. Thank you for being with us. And we'll be right back right after this break. If you have something you want to get into, we'll jump into it and make sure that everything's rocking and rolling as we thought. Maybe we'll touch upon that where'd you go to high school backdrop again. Back right after this.
The Lou Information Station, a whole new way to enjoy content created just for those of us in the St. Louis area. It's a whole new way to advertise and promote your business. Reach out and find out just how different we are. If you're tired of one-sided advertising offerings or your traditional media rep trying to shove digital marketing down your throat, visit louinfo.com and click on advertising. Or email partnerships at louinfo.com for more information.
Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill has a new menu. But don't freak out. Hot Shots favorites are still there, like their famous wings, tacos, burgers, and pizzas. Plus, sure to be new faves like Big Philly.
Everybody stop. As you're watching this, microplastics, heavy metals, and even parasites are making their way through your body. And listen, as a functional medicine doctor, there's only one proven way that I know how to remove those. Listen, we created the Detox Pro Plus formula for this particular reason. You have to understand there are multiple steps in truly not only getting to the root cause of a problem, but correcting it. And step one is removing those problems. So we've proven in the clinical setting with our Detox Pro Plus formula that we can remove microplastics, remove heavy metals. We can even get rid of parasites, fungus, and candida So it's simple, easy, and effective. Check out the Detox Pro Plus. It literally is a game changer. Go to trybiolimits.com/ArchCity now.
LouInfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown and Crouppen, 222-2222.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. A recent arrest came 17 years after a gunman shot an off-duty police officer. Brandon Levy was arrested Saturday related to the drive-by shooting of 34-year-old Damon Taylor, who was an officer at St. Louis Community College, Florissant Valley. 3 witnesses told the same story leading to the arrest. A man was killed in a shooting early Sunday in North St. Louis near Janae's Cocktail Lounge on Marcus Avenue. Homicide detectives are investigating the shooting that happened around 2:30 a.m. on Sunday. Anyone with tips should contact Crime Stoppers. The St. Louis Chess Club will reopen its newly expanded facility on Maryland Avenue in the Central West End this fall. It includes a chess-inspired restaurant and more space for chess tournaments. The St. Louis Chess Club was founded in 2007. DNA evidence led to the identification of a Korean War veteran. The remains of Marine Private First Class Donald Eichschlag were returned to St. Louis 75 years after his death. He'll be buried Wednesday with full military honors. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. Pretty comfortable daytime highs over the next few days. We'll be getting sunshine today. High pressure moving in from the northern plains with that cooler air, and that'll keep us in the upper 70s on today's high. Looks like mid-50s overnight. Under clear skies, we're in the upper 70s and sunny again on Tuesday, back up to about 80 and sunny on Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey everyone, Cam Jansen here to tell you about the experts at Fast Signs in Earth City. Fast Signs can handle any and all of your business visibility needs, from traditional signs and graphics to digital to core graphics and anything in between. Fast Signs in Earth City has you covered. The station uses them, the Blues use them, and you will love the work they do. Call 314-344-4400 for your custom signage needs today. That's Fast Signs in Earth City, 314-344-4400.
St. Louis's new home for the best in sports coverage is STL Sports Central. Find them on YouTube or at stlsportscentral.com. With names like Randy Carricker and Bernie Miklasz leading the way to provide you with the latest news and commentary on all of your favorite St. Louis sports teams, along with great written content and post-game shows after every St. Louis sports team plays. That's STL Sports Central, online or on YouTube.
A legendary weekend is coming to the Lou. Don't miss the Stiefel Charity Classic presented by Compliance Solutions, September 4th through 7th at Norwood Hills Country Club. Watch PGA Tour champions compete and enjoy a live performance by music sensation OAR at Friday's community concert presented by CarShield. Tickets start at just $20. Kids, military, veterans, and first responders get in free. Get your tickets today at StiefelCharityClassic.com.
Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
All right. What up, St. Louis? Happy Monday morning. Glad you're with us. 7:32 is the time. It is August 25th. I'm looking outside the window. I don't know if I see a cloud in the sky. I don't know.
Looks pretty clear to me.
Yeah, it looks pretty clear to me. I'm glad it is. I'm glad you guys are with us today. What's going on in your neighborhoods? What's happening with this Monday? What's going on this week? What a beautiful week of weather. We deserve it. I'll say that. We're going to continue to enjoy this week all the way through Labor Day weekend, all throughout the St. Louis area. What a gorgeous morning that we've had. We remember what the heat was like. Let's make the most of it, see what we can find, and make sure that we're doing everything we can today. Enjoy it. Get outside if you can, while we can. Cardinals, by the way, lost yesterday. You know that 7-2. They lost 2 or 3 over the weekend. They do come back home. Home cooking, Busch Stadium. They play a whole lot better there. They're like 9 games over 500 or something at home. That's good. That is good. Problem is they're not very good on the road, and that's bad. And that's why they are where they are. Maybe 5 games over at home. But they play the Pirates. Thank God they got the Pirates at home. 1 month of the season will be remaining after that as we head into September. Big news for SLU men's soccer. They had a big win over SMU, won 1-0 yesterday. That was a big win for them. Top 5 victory. SLU is a very, very, very good program, as we know, and they're ours. So we can support soccer just like we do St. Louis City SC, even though they lost over the weekend again at Vancouver because of a penalty kick. That's what happens. Greg says, got the windows wide open. What do I hear? Gunshots. Okay. Happy Monday morning, St. Louis. Thanks, Greg. All right. You can... I'll leave it right there. I'm just got to leave that.
Good morning, St. Louis.
Yeah, and we talked about Mizzou kicking off Thursday night in Columbia. That'll be exciting for them. David Lee Roth tonight at the Factory, making things happen. If you want to go check that out, doors open at 7:30. You can check the Factory when it comes to tickets for everything that's going on over there. I thought this was interesting too. A lot of people over the years have said, well, ESPN can be liberal and they promote this liberal agenda and things of that nature when they get into politics. Well, ESPN this last week scrapped its planned docuseries on former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick. And Spike Lee was attached to that project. So I thought that was interesting. So according to reports, ESPN docuseries on Kaepernick was supposed to highlight his career with the 49ers. It was also expected to cover his final year in the NFL, which was all about him taking a knee. Of course, we know that in the national anthem. At the end of the day, though, the interesting documentary was canned, they said. So ESPN, Kaepernick, and Lee decided to no longer proceed with the project as a result of certain creative differences. So they said, despite not reaching finality, we appreciate all the hard work and the collaboration that went into this film. I just felt it was very interesting that all three of them could not get along to put together a docuseries. I mean, when you consider whether you agree, disagree, whatever, it doesn't matter. It was a history-making moment. It was. I'm a news guy. You don't have to agree with everything. You don't have to like everything. You don't have to dislike things. If things make news, they make news, and you report it. It doesn't mean you have to agree.
Just be on the honest side of that documentary. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Whatever honest is, though.
Right.
You know, that's what gets difficult for those situations. But just want to make sure that we put that news out there. If you live out in Eureka, there's a water advisory for its customers. It's due to a water main break. That, according to the water company, it seems like we've had a lot of water main breaks throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. I wonder if it's more than normal and why. Was it because of the extreme heat? But old infrastructure? It just seems like it's been more.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just like we talked about all the problems on the waters this year. It just seemed like more people were passing away on the waters, kids and adults.
Yeah, when it comes to water main breaks, most of those are usually in the wintertime.
They said it's supposed to go through Tuesday around 10:30 in the morning. So all day tomorrow too. And if you've ever been through one of those, what a pain in the rear. You don't want to have to be dealing with that. That's for sure. No fun. Love the shout outs. High school football's back this week. If you want to shout out your school for whatever reason, the cheer team, the fans, the cheering section, the football team, the coaches, whatever it is, we would love to promote it as we possibly could. That'd be cool. We can do that. I did love, where'd that other story go that I was talking about? We gave a shout out already to the Muni as well, but we also wanted to put something out. The Muni just finished their 107th year. You also had the new St. Louis Chess Club. And when I talk about it, and when I say the new, what I mean is you're talking about a 30,000 square foot addition. So what they did was they have this world-class facility. We are the headquarters for chess. They're hosting a grand reopening after a 30,000 square foot expansion. That's kind of a big deal, and love to see it. It's really good for our area. Of course, it's in the Central West End, the nonprofit organization. So what they did, it's a world-class hall for chess tournaments. And it was founded back in 2007 by Rex Singfield, of course. Opened in 2008, literally right on Maryland Avenue, right in the Central West End. And we love these stories. We love these businesses that help anchor areas of St. Louis. And it's huge what they do there. So the expansion is going to allow the club to host larger scholastic tournaments, member events, outreach programs. You can learn more about that. Go to St. Louis Business Journal, but they're having an event to kick this all off. And if you're into it, contact them to go out and check it out. And if you haven't played chess, and I wish I could, I started to learn when I was in Detroit. And then Dr. Tony Colucci, the Red Wings team doctor, who became a good friend of mine, he started teaching my kids how to play chess.
I love chess.
And I saw their minds change. They were like really learning. And then we moved and I was like, damn, I wished that I would have kept them doing that, playing chess, because I don't think they could play chess right now. Wish they could. Do you know how to play chess, Pro Joe?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because I don't, and I wish that I did.
Yeah, there's a lot
Maybe
of
you can teach me
strategies to it,
sometime.
for sure.
Because I love thinking.
Yeah, no, it definitely takes that, especially if you're playing with somebody who is challenging.
What do you mean challenging? Like somebody who's good?
Yeah, right. That'll definitely get you thinking.
I was going through some headlines. Back to the chat line. Greg says, yeah, wonder how David Lee Roth will sound doing Panama tonight over at the factory in Chesterfield.
That's I think that's the clip that I saw is him doing Panama. So I'll send it to you later, Greg.
He also says expansion and contraction of pipes. Well, that's pretty simple.
Yeah, I mean, usually it happens in wintertime, and I guess it'd have to be the extreme heat that would be causing it.
Cold water in hot or warm pipes, or warm water in cold pipes. And then before long, and we do get a lot of fluctuation of temperatures here. That's true. We do. Greg says the Arch City Now chess tournament. There you go. Okay. We'll get some
Battle of the
done.
Minds.
Battle of the Minds. Yeah, of course. We'll see what's happening, what's going on. By the way, it's going to be a beautiful weekend a week of weather. What are your plans promoting events? Let us know from that standpoint. We'd love to talk about what you guys have going on. And if you weren't with us a little bit earlier, McDonald's is giving St. Louis educators some freebies. You show your ID at participating McDonald's. And if you make a purchase of $1, you can get a free large drink of any kind, coffee, drink, and or a breakfast sandwich. So it's their way of saying thank you to teachers. Projo says it's their way of trying to get people back in the door.
Mm-hmm.
And why could you blame them if they were?
Sure. I mean, it's a business.
Why not?
They're trying to get anybody to put that in their mouth.
We already talked about the double quarter pounders. Without cheese, the meat is good.
And without the bun.
Without the bun. Yeah, without the bun. Or one of the bun. One bun.
Yeah.
Not two buns, one bun. Cut down the carbs and everything else.
You're just increasing your yoga mat intake.
I know. Hey, Nordstrom's exit from the St. Louis Galleria. It's over. It's official. Galleria gone, or at least, Nordstrom gone from the Galleria. We were told last week Dick's House of Sporting Goods is going to replace that. So it's not just going to be some empty dwelling, massive facility. They are going to put a facility in there. Thank you. But it does show, an end of some times over there at the Galleria. So that officially happened yesterday. And some people were talking on local news about being sad.
I don't mean to harp on the whole McDonald's thing, but if they really want to get people back in there, start cooking your fries with beef tallow, like Steak and Shake. Start doing healthy options for people. Take steps to the healthier side.
That'll get people back. Taste?
Maybe.
I don't understand. I understand beef tallow is supposed to be healthier. I just didn't know if it would change the taste or if it was a matter of where it's more expensive, because we all know how companies.
It's just more expensive and it's a beef product. That's why people don't want to. That's why they don't really want to use it. But it's a healthier option,
without a doubt.
Yeah.
When you look at the research.
Yeah. And it tastes better. If you ask me, it tastes better.
Seems like a slam. Then it would go back to money.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It'd be a money issue.
That they just want to put out cheap food. That's all.
And that's coming from the culinary expert, Pro Joe.
It's corporate greed.
You've studied football, or you've studied food for a long time, like I've studied football.
Yes.
I mean, it's
exactly.
And you won't eat a double quarter pounder without cheese?
No, I won't eat. I won't even eat the meat from there. I don't care what they say.
Was fast food a reason why you got to be 500 pounds at one point in time?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely 110%.
And you cut that out and you lose 200 pounds.
Well, and basically, yes. I mean, there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more self-discipline involved. However, if you cut that stuff out, you're bound to lose something. And get healthier.
I think it's inevitable, right?
Oh, 100%.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And it's a sad fact of the food that the choices that we have. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail the show by going back to that, but
I don't think you derailed the show.
It strikes, when I hear them like, here, we'll give you free food if you just come back. When people are leaving because their food is not healthy, don't give us free poison. Don't give us poison.
A friend of mine used that analogy for something in the past. It's like the old proverbial drug dealer. Hey,
right.
Try this out. The first 3 are free on me.
So you get addicted.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure. Thank you. And then you're back. And how it goes. Oh, my God. Some better news. Boeing and the union workers are resuming some contract talks in the St. Louis area amid the strike. I mean, you were hoping this would happen at some point in time, but they're set to resume this morning. It's the first time since the union members went on strike back in August at the beginning of it. So not quite sure. I mean, don't need to get into all the details. That would bore you to death, but they got to find a way to make it work. But what's been happening when the union members and union workers went on strike, Boeing continued to work with their non-union members. So is the quality as good? Are they as productive? I have no idea, but they are continuing to do work. So now they have that going on. So, I mean, you're talking about 3,200 workers in St. Louis that are responsible for building the fighter jets and defense systems. So if there's a way to make it work, you got to find a way to make it work. That's a lot of workers throughout the St. Louis area. Don't want to see the bad stuff that is going on and happening. Thank you, Joe. Saved me from McDonald's. Been almost 2 years since I've had McDonald's. That's a continue. Oh, it qualifies for our good deed. If anybody wanted to get that in before the end of the show, if you're just getting with us, what has somebody done for you that was great? Just really, really helped out in a tough time that you'd love to get a shout out to if you can. You don't even have to use names. Or what have you done for somebody? And that all goes upon the whole headline of, when you need something. It's always interesting how if you go help other people when you're in need, when you're wanting or things that come back to you, how life gives it back. Whether you believe it's God, whether you believe it's the universe, whatever, karma, you reap what you sow, those sorts of things. When you treat people well, do you believe in that? And sharing some of those stories. People have been sharing those stories throughout the St. Louis area, what they've done for others, and maybe what somebody has done for you. And we appreciate it. We're Arch City Now. By the way, Hot Take Central 2.0 follows us every Monday through Friday from 8 to 10 a.m. We'd love to promote them as well. You can check out the whole list of shows and our programming schedule for our network, which is all St. Louis. Hot Take Central, by the way, 2.0. Hosted by the former St. Louis Blue Cam Jansen and St. Louis Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. Always have a lively, entertaining show, lots of good guests, and today won't be any different. Then coming up from 10 to 11 o'clock today, that will be myself and Grant Salzman with the MIZ ZOU show. We have Chris Trevino has been part of the Missouri Tiger broadcast team for well over 30 years, talking about Mizzou football, maybe a little basketball, but Thursday night, the Tigers get back to action in Columbia against Central Arkansas. Looking forward to see what they can get done and how good of a team that they will have this year. They'll be playing both quarterbacks in that first game. Not quite sure what the plan will be for their second game against Kansas, but we'll find out soon enough when it comes to that. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Brad Pitt's F1 movie. I saw it. I loved it. It's made over $600 million worldwide already. $600 $200 million. Between 185, 190 million locally, or domestically, excuse me. Internationally, the rest of it. But that might end up being like one of his biggest movies ever. What is the biggest Brad Pitt movie? What do you think his biggest movie was? I'm trying to
7, maybe?
Or the Ocean's 11 series. Those were all big. But you had a lot of other people.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, but he had his former wife in that too, though.
That was pretty big because they were in it.
That might be the biggest
they were
Brad.
a thing. Yeah.
I don't know. This might end up being his biggest movie.
And wasn't there the Mexican as well with what's her name?
Yeah, but I'm talking
Pretty Woman.
Yeah, Julie Roberts.
Julie Roberts, yeah.
But in regards to making money, because this is such a big movie, not only here but F1 is worldwide.
Yeah,
and the Formula One racing series, just fantastic.
And that's a very popular sport in other countries.
Oh yeah, and gaining here,
right?
I know people who love. I've gotten more and more into like the fast cars. And some of those things.
I've always been more of an F1 person than a just oval track.
When you're in person, I feel the same way.
Listener Lisa says Fight Club is probably, and I have to agree with that. I think Fight Club might be his biggest.
I wonder what that grossed. I don't know. I don't have those stats in front of me, but I would love to see what that might be. But check, like I was saying, it's just interesting. Of course, we promote Brad Pitt. He's not St. Louis, but he's Missouri, and he's the University of Missouri.
Internationally, $100 million for Fight Club. It says
F1, and F1's only just been out over a month. Yeah, that's. It's just crazy big, and I love to promote Brad and anything else that's going on there. Okay, if you're just joining us, one of these stories that happened, and it's like, okay, Fox did this. They broke it down. Are you still being asked what high school you went to? I'll never forget the first time I graduated from Mizzou, and I come home for a year, and I'm living with a guy from New Jersey. Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Dennis Corbett. He's like, what the hell are you guys? Why do you ask what high school? It's like, that was a long time ago. Do people still ask that? I've heard a couple of people in the last couple of years, but it's been a long time. It's okay, I'm going to have to ask the question. It's like you set up before you ask.
I can't think of...
I think that's dead, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't think of any reason why to ask somebody that. It was so big. Why would you be curious of that?
Well, yeah, because it's like the article talked about. You can find out a lot. A conversation starter, socioeconomic situations. But this allegedly goes back, and the Missouri History Museum had a gentleman that broke this down back in 2005, even wrote a book. They said there was a magazine that this started in the 40s. From the 40s to the 70s, it was called Prom, that focused on high schools in different areas. And it kind of developed into, where'd you go to high school? Oh, yeah, I saw that going there. And then the Catholic school situation here per capita, I think it's one of the top 2 or top 3 cities in America per capita for kids that go to Catholic high schools. All of that combined led into that situation. And then in 2013, a St. Louis community Reddit thread said it was about socioeconomic, to kind of connect people to where they are. Then you know about them, and then you can kind of figure out where you are with them. And I just don't know if people are still talking about high school stuff. I said, please, please, please do not ask people. Do not ask people. Do not ask people. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that. That's not us. Of course we're not.
The top 5 Brad Pitt highest grossing films are,
here we go.
Number 5, Ocean's 11 at $450 million worldwide.
That's what I said would be that.
Okay.
And Brad Pitt has already crossed that by him. I shouldn't say by himself, but he's the star of this movie.
Yep. Number 4, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, grossed about $478 million globally. Troy, $540 million. 2 is World War Z with $540 million. And number 1 is F1.
Of course it is.
And
just over a month in.
Yeah.
And because it's big internationally, so far 185 million in the United States. 185, 190 million in the United States. Outside of the United States is the rest of that total.
Yep. It says this sports drama it became the highest grossing film with ongoing box office earnings.
It's a big one. It's a big one.
Yeah.
Brad needs to play Vic in his Mizzou days. Not important enough, unfortunately. Would love that. Would absolutely love it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Brad Pitt. Yep. Okay. Thanks, Greg, for checking in on the chat line and letting us know that Bill Murray is the Grand Marshal for the NASCAR race coming up in September at the Worldwide Technology Raceway. Congratulations to the crew out there. Can't wait for that. Good job. Bill Murray's a guy too, everybody. He just seems to be loved by everybody.
Yeah.
He just does. He's loved still. Kind of plays that kind of goofy role, but goofy comedian, but it works. It works for him.
In his early days, like Caddyshack and What About Bob, there was rumors that he was pretty hard to get along with on set. However, I think that probably was his learning experience, and I think that's when he switched it around, and now he's known and beloved by everybody.
Cardinals back tonight in St. Louis. Did we get a funny chat?
No. It was your hard transition. Sorry.
I know. I was like, and speaking of which, Cardinals back in action tonight over at Busch Stadium. They play the Pirates. If you're looking for something to do, that could be a good game for you. I think it's 6:45 start time. You've also got David Lee Roth. We talked about it earlier. Doors open 7:30 over at the Factory in Chesterfield. If there's something else that we have missed, you can let us know for that. We just kind of got talking today. Off track. Glad you're with us, though. Trying to get you started on a Monday morning. Whatever you're doing, man, oh man, enjoy the weather. This is when St. Louis is at its best. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of humidity. It's sunny, tad bit warm in the 70s. I mean, all right, we'll take the resort weather, and we appreciate it.
I'll take it.
If you're wondering, also anything that you have story ideas, let us know. Promoting charities, events. You know what we do here? That's what we do from 6 to 8 every day. Monday through Friday. We love it when you guys jump in on the chat. It's Arch City Now on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Once again, Arch City Now on Facebook, YouTube, and X. And you can learn all about the shows that we do 24/7 in St. Louis at luinfo.com. Once again, that's luinfo.com. Also, if there's some sort of thing that we've missed or a story that we should be covering, let us know. You can email us. Just do it. We'll email him. That's archcitynow@gmail.com. Once again, archcitynow@gmail.com. The chat line says, Pro Joe, don't call in sick tomorrow after going to DLR tonight, David Lee Roth. Yeah, they called you out. You've been called out.
I'm going to party with him afterwards.
Yeah, guys, have a beautiful day. Have a wonderful day. It is the last week of August, and we're glad you're with us. So, we'll go ahead. We'll tag out from that standpoint. Keep us in mind if you want to give us story ideas for tomorrow. We'll do it as well. Thank you for supporting us. We appreciate it. For Pro Joe, who you like, who you see in here sometimes, I'm Vic Faust. We are your Lou information station. We're live and on demand all the time at luinfo.com. Happy Monday. We will catch back with you guys tomorrow at 6 a.m. Time now for Hot Take Central 2.0. with Cam Jansen and Jim the Cat Hayes.
People ask all the time, who the heck is Low Cost Airlines? Well, we're not just one airline. When you're talking to us, you're talking to every